Guys, nothing new except for like old news that I kind of want to talk about, and should probably pause and look find out dude's name. I forgot it already. Terrence Crutcher. His name was Terrence Crutcher. Now I've seen that video and I've tried really hard to find backstory on what happened up until the point where like through all the recordings start and you can see everything. I can't find shit. All I found is apparently the police were on their way out to a different call and they came across dude broke down the road. That's all it says. That's all that I can find. And then it jumps straight to the video. They got guns drawn on dude. He's walking back to the car. I mean, I'm looking at it right now on screen. Windows rolled up and all that good shit. And they kill him. They do kill him. And this is pretty much fucking murder. They legit murdered this fucking guy. Like, there was no reason to shoot him. They deployed a taser and then they shot him. Now, what I can chalk this up to, I don't know what that, I guess just straight fucking murder. Because I don't see any reason for them to have their guns out. Dude had his hands up. They had tasers out. That seemed like something that could have been definitely handled without killing him. But they killed him. So that's an instance of bad fucking cops. They were freaked out. I've been reading a lot of stories here recently of cops being like really appalled at how many African Americans are really fucking nervous whenever they pull them over. Like they're noticing it and they're like, why? Like they know why, but they think it's a stupid reason why. Because they know that not all cops are like that. They know themselves. They know that they're not like that. So that's how it is. And the same thing from African American populations in America. They're noticing that cops seem more jumpy. They're freaked out. And to be honest, from both sides, I would be too if I was African American and a cop pulled me over and seeing all this in the news. Well, being the person that I am, I probably wouldn't be freaked out because I'd be like, oh, well, nothing's going to fucking happen. And I'm being a cop, I would be freaked out because I was like, well, I don't know. Because I was just reading something yesterday about some girl. She pulled up to a stop. Apparently it was like a little dispute, and this was in New York, I think. And she just got off maternity leave. Like, she had just had her kid and she was getting back in the force. And she pulled up. Second she stepped out of the car, they shot her and they killed her. I don't know how many shots were fired. I know she got sprayed the fuck down. Shootings in Dallas. Tension is high among the police force. If I was a cop, I'd definitely be fucking nervous. Be nervous as shit right now. So this is all I have to say is that is an instance of bad fucking cops. Now, other shootings that have happened recently, the ones that I've seen at least, I haven't seen anything that's really bad police work. I've seen something about some dude who was in the car. They were trying to get him out of the car, and they said they saw him with a gun. They saw him roll a blunt, but they were doing something else. They were undercover trying to watch somebody. They saw him roll up a blunt. Didn't say anything. They said, okay, we'll let that go since we're actually trying to do something bigger right now. And then they saw him take a gun out. Then they're like, well, kind of can't let that one slide. So they put vests on to identify they are police officers even though they're in civilian clothing. They get out. A couple more cops show up and they're trying to get dude out of the car and he's just standing there. And he gets out and he just starts walking. Just starts walking the fuck off. Now, I don't know if he was on something. I don't know if he thought they just let him walk off. But if I'm a cop and I know dude's armed and he's just walking away, I'm not gonna wait for him to get behind something where he has cover. When he has a position to fire from, I probably would have did the same thing the cop did. I probably would have opened up. I would have opened fire. That's regardless of race. That's just fucking. If you know anything about gunfighting, you know common sense. I don't want to wait for him to go and get behind a car kind of far away from us to where they can't just shoot under at each other and shoot through. Common sense. Don't let them get too far away because then you have a gunfight. And the most important thing about gunfights is making sure it ends quickly. The longer it goes on, the more chance it is shit's going to get broke, people are going to die, wrong people are going to die. I don't see anything that went too wrong there. It appeared that they started first aid pretty quick. Now it is regulation to handcuff people after you've shot them. I will explain that to you why that is. If you shoot someone and they go down, right? You think they're good. You walk over, you start working on them. They spring up for some reason. It happens. I promise it fucking happens. Freak the fuck out. They go for the said gun that they had earlier. You've put your gun away because you're trying to give this dude CPR or some shit. You're trying to stop some bleeding. And then he shoots you in the fucking head in front of all of your friends. Then maybe he shoots some of your friends before they can shoot him again. Shit like that does happen. There's a common saying in the military, and I know it is probably a war crime to do it, but I hear the jokes all the time. Double tap. If you don't know what double tap is, it means if you pull the trigger once, go ahead and pull it again. Since they don't carry handcuffs. I don't see a problem with that. I think that is a fucking fantastic idea. Why? Because shit like that happens. If you shoot someone, doesn't mean they die. Bullets aren't as lethal as some people might think. Now, there are situations like here with Terrence Crutcher with unfortunately 1 shot, 1 kill. He was probably damn near dead before he hit the ground. Definitely a lot of blood came out of him. And I don't want to laugh when I say that, but I'm kind of being like, yeah, well, I say they're not that lethal, and then this dude got really fucked up by 1 shot. But what I mean is, I'm still sick. I'm still really out of breath. I know you've all heard the stories. Like, you guys have seen Lone Survivor. Dudes take bullets, and they just keep fucking going. They didn't stop them. Especially if they're hopped up on something. Now, they didn't see this dude roll up a blunt in the car. They don't know what the fuck else this dude is on. Now, that doesn't mean just because you smoke weed, you're definitely on something else, but there's a strong possibility. Since he's carrying a gun, and he's just rolling blunts up in public, there's a possibility that he could be on something else. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about a drug called PCP, but if you shoot someone from 10 feet away in the chest with PCP with a shotgun, they might fall down, but they will come up. They will get back up, and they will be angry. I'd handcuff him. I think it's a good idea. Now, do I think... I mean, some common sense should probably be applied. Maybe if you see their brains coming out on the pavement, maybe you can go ahead and not handcuff them, but it's easier to just make it regulation to handcuff. You know, everyone's like, oh my god, he's clearly really fucked up. Go ahead, why you gotta handcuff him? Because when you start telling people to just, you know, judge it yourself, do what you want to do, and then they do that, and then someone that they thought in their best judgment was incapacitated hops up and then stabs someone in the throat. It's easier just to regulate it. Same reason I know people in high school that swear to God, and I've seen them drive, didn't get in the car with them, have some common sense. I've seen them drive drunk. They genuinely are better drivers when they drive drunk because they're more cautious. But society can only move as fast as their slowest link. Because Jeffrey got shit-faced drunk and got in his truck and hit a family of 4 and killed everyone. No one can drive drunk, despite how fucking good you are at it. Does that kind of make sense? There's people out there that I'm sure as fuck, I'm positive that they handle cocaine like a champion. They do cocaine, they go to work, and they are fucking fine, no problems. They don't eat babies, they don't fucking cut people's faces off or anything. But because Tammy did cocaine and put her baby in the oven, none of us can do cocaine. Does that make sense? So we have to regulate things in a society to make it work. When you shoot the people, put the handcuffs on them, then start all the first aid. So they don't stab you. Because Tom thought that he had killed the guy and was trying to bring him back to life. Turns out he wasn't dead and stabbed him in the neck. Now we all have to do it. Because Tom made a bad decision. Made a bad call. Because Tammy and Josh, or whatever the fuck I named drunk driver guy, made bad calls. The cops, they had all made a very bad call in the incidents of Terrence Crutcher, and that is a tragedy. Because he's dead. And he had kids. Apparently he was a pastor, if I remember correctly. It's pretty sad. He's dead. Because his car broke down in the middle of the road. Well, that's all the story I have on it. If anyone else has any more story to it, go ahead and let me know. I'm happy to hear it. I'm actually really curious because I couldn't find anything. I've heard rumors that, oh, he had drugs in the car. That doesn't matter if he has drugs in the car. He wasn't doing anything wrong that I could see. He did literally everything fucking right. And he still died. That's bad on the police. Now, apparently, The officer that shot him, she was not very experienced. She was very nervous, freaked out, never been in a situation like that. Those are the people that need to be at a desk. Now, chances are, yeah, they probably didn't know she was going to react like that, but still. If she's that nervous when guns come out, I mean, I don't know how they run their drills there, but maybe incorporate some more stressful drills into your training. Because if that's how an officer was going to react under that amount of stress, and that didn't even seem that stressful. If anyone should have been stressed, should have been Terrence. Cops had that under fucking control. She pulled her trigger because dude tased him. That's horseshit. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share your feelings down below. Let me know if you know the rest of the story. Hook me up with a link if you'd like to, because I can't find it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and until next time, it is it is the emphysema filled